back to episode 17 of Critically Crypto. I'm your host, Crypto Bay J,
And your co-host, Mr. Roster.eth.
and we are here to teach you all how to do your own research on high quality NFTs. In particular, today we're here for the creators, talking to you guys about how to build buzz around your NFT projects. Okay, this is a special episode as we have a uh, guest here today named Sharice P. She is a marketing expert and CMO of the Music Marketing Magazine, and she actually manages three communities. One is for, let's see, music leaders, one is for media leaders, and also the third one is for kids leaders. And she is going to be with us just talking about general marketing advice for any project. And before we move on, we have to shout out Mr. Rosser.eve who had a birthday. Happy birthday to
Oh, that
you.
was unexpected. I didn't
Happy
know that.
birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I appreciate it,
How
though.
was
I
your
appreciate it.
birthday? You're welcome. How was your birthday? Was it good?
I mean,
Did you have
it's
fun?
going. I'm taking vacation after this. I'm gonna disappear to the world. I'm gonna get my whiskey. I'm gonna hang out and do some meditation, recharge my soul, and hit November strong back in Web3 consultations, project launches. I even got a group doing like some augmented reality glasses. Actually, this weekend I got hired on two different companies as their chief technical officer, a local water brand and augmented reality company. So it's been pretty cool.
Hey, that sounds very exciting. It sounds like you have a lot ahead of you, but I'm happy you're gonna like take a break
Yes, we are.
before you pound it. But you know, it's the fall. It's time to kind of like wind down. But you still
Yeah.
hitting the streets running, I see. Okay, well, let's actually hit the top 10 before we bring our guest into the studio. What's been going on? And hold on, wait. Hey, y'all. You know what to do. Like and share. Let us know. Put a comment in the chat. Let us know you're here. Send us some love. We're here to support you. All
So the top
right.
10 was going on. Hopefully everybody can see it, right? I thinking it's working. Yeah.
Yes. So, number one, we have right now CryptoPunks. Um, it is up 16%. And of course, we actually don't have a floor price because people don't list the CryptoPunks floor price. But we see there's been 8 sales. That's been over a week or over the last how many days?
24.
24 hours. Oh, okay. Last 24 hours. All right. Number two, we have the other D for other side. They are down 27% with a floor price of 1.38 ETH, 67 sales within the last 24 hours. That is a great price, guys. It's been going down. Number three, we have Clone X by partnership with Takashi Murakami. It's up 13% with a floor price of 8.80 ETH, 17 sales within the last 24 hours. Number four, ENS name service. I wonder what trend is popping with that right now. It's up 46% with 713 sales in the last 24 hours. I wonder can we take a look into that one?
Yeah,
Wonder
let's see what
what
we can see
is,
really fast.
let's see
Let's see
what
what
has been
people are
selling.
selling. Oh, did it add the chart activity? Yeah. So let's see. Will it actually show me though? Oh, it will. Okay.
US.
US.86. I may don't recognize this at all.
No.
Oh, 5 digits in
Looks
there.
like numbers.
Yeah.
A lot.
Okay, I know
Yeah, a lot of
OX. I know
numbers.
him. Yeah. A lot of numbers though. Yeah, it looks like 5 digits. Yeah, it looks like 5 digits what's been trending right now.
Okay, let's hit it.
It's
Let's go
about,
and
this
head
was an
on
hour
back to
ago.
the
Yeah, yeah.
yes. Yeah, numbers. People are still on the numbers. So we had left off, I believe, on number 4, or was it number 5?
No problem right here. Asian disappointments.
E- Scroll up one more time. Let's see. Yep, that's it. Asian disappointments. All right. That is hilarious.
That's right.
They are a brand new project, it looks like, with 915 sales at zero point zero 0.04 ETH over the last 24 hours. Then we have Boy Genesis, which looks like to be a new project, sitting at 0.09 ETH with 311 sales. All right, Crazy Rich Yellows. Crazy Rich Yellows at number 7. Okay. Is up 63%, sitting at 0.17 ETH with 306 sales for the last 24 hours. Number 8, Imagination Loops by Tarkosa. All right. It looks like a new project. Yeah. 0.04 Ethereum, 378 sales over the last 24 hours. The Memes by 6529 up. Let's see, 425%. Yeah, it's currently sitting at 0.06 ETH with 141 sales. And yeah, they must have released recently. And Ibutsu. Ibutsu, I think that's how you would say it. It's up 258%. It is sitting at a floor price of 0.09 ETH with 122 sales for the actual for the last 24 hours. So that is our top 10. And before we get into the news today, we're actually going to jump in and have this discussion. I really wanted to make sure that that you guys have the tools to launch your NFT projects if you're an NFT creator or if you're an aspiring NFT creator. And so, with that being said, we're gonna bring on our special guest, Cherise P, who can tell you a little bit more about what she does in marketing.
Hey, everybody. So I am excited to be with all of you Web3 new, better, stronger tech enthusiasts tonight. So what I do, I'm excited to be the Chief Marketing Officer, like I said earlier, of Music Marketing Magazine. I love all of our music leaders and media leaders in our community. And I have had a lot of successes in the corporate world, leading like traditional marketing, and ended up leading 1/3 of shopper marketing innovation for one of the largest, most respected brands in the world. And in that role, saw that we were poised to leave a lot of people behind when it comes to digital innovation, and especially marketing innovation. So I came back to the creative side of life, and I'm excited to share things with you all here tonight. As far as where you can, I guess, catch up with our folks, especially any like creators who are like really wanting to have like, I guess, build a team, where you feel like, just need a team. If you go to musicmarketingmagazine.com tonight or today and click pro, we're doing a special like free pass for people who join, especially during this live. But long story short, we do collab sessions, virtual collabs. We've invited our music leaders and media leaders, people who have signed up with us to go to like award shows. We've given them like free passes to different award shows. Last month, we all went to a show, Fox Soul Awards, Cheap Magazine. Love you guys, love Cheap Magazine. But we had our creators come with us, get some credits under their belt, get their names out in the mix. But that's the point, to take at Music Marketing Magazine, we take the traditional marketing concepts that have built the biggest, strongest brands in the world. But then we also want to help you build your community, especially your virtual community, your tech savvy community, so that you can thrive. So that's a bit of a background on me. I did put a lot of that into a book that I wrote. But beyond that, I guess, Jay, I could talk a bit about like what I think every marketer, every creator, every brand owner should start with. But I mean, I'm here. This is your
Yes.
space, so you know, I want to make sure that I'm sharing what's relevant to your audience.
Yeah. So, all right. Hold on one second as I am able to. I thought I'd be able to change the. Either way, before we get into it, I just wanted to shout out Tony Nolly. Thanks for joining in. I appreciate you being here live with us today. And make sure you let people know that we're streaming live today. On Monday nights, I actually have changed the schedule. So if you want to check Critically Crypto, we moved to a new day, a new time. So hopefully that doesn't ruffle too many people's feathers. So I'm going to throw it actually to Mr. Rosser.eve. Okay, so normally when you have people approach you and they tell you about uh, that they want to launch an NFT project, what are some of the things that that stick out to you that maybe people need to know or they're unaware of, so that we can kind of just start the conversation there.
Recently, the first thing I would like to say is just because NFT is a hot new thing, there's ways to get grants, funding, doesn't mean your business model needs work in the Web3 space. It doesn't even have a Web3 component. So the first question I always ask people when they come up to me, Marcus, can I add Web3 to my business? It's like, why are you adding Web3 to your business? Tell me why this can't be already done in Web2. Honestly, that's my first initial question to like anybody that comes to me.
I get it. So I guess you have to understand, right, if it is a great fit for you to even get into Web3 blockchain or specifically NFTs. And I guess I'm going to throw it to Sharice P. How would someone deduce that, getting into innovative technology would be for them?
Right. So I think that that's a great question. What a lot of people I think are surprised, I'm finding that people are surprised to learn is how much time and money your favorite brands, especially the brands you grew up with, how much time, energy, and money they spend in marketing research. And I know everyone may not have like a multi-million dollar budget to go do research the way that Fortune 100 and Fortune 50 companies do. So what I would recommend is when you look at what your company offers and what your company or what your brand is offering, or even if you're just if you're a creator, if you're an individual creator, when you look at what you're offering and the people that you're trying to attract to it, you need to get really clear about like who those people are and what they need. And so when I say that, people are like, "Oh, I know my fans. Oh, I know my customers." Okay, who's their favorite blogger? And where does their favorite blogger put most of their content? And you kind of get quiet. Or okay, what kind are they eating most of their meals at night? Like, are they dinner late night people, or are they like early morning people? People get quiet. And so these kinds of questions seem like they don't matter, but they do matter when it gets into you trying to message your people. Because the same thing that Marcus said around what are you trying to do in Web3 that you can't do in Web2, that matters because if your fans or your customers are still just getting their feet wet and still learning, like social here in the regular web, and they are just really trying to understand even what virtual is, then your way to help them, if that's a passionate interest that they have, then you can be a conduit in your corner of branding and corner of offerings that the whole world has to offer. You can be a conduit to help them feel a little bit more comfortable with virtual. But if your fans and your customers are, well down the road and buying their 50, on average, buying their 30th, 40th NFT, and here you come with a music video or a t-shirt line that has something like, and it'll help you learn about virtual. It'll help you learn about Web3. It's going to feel like disconnected. So the first step is you need to really get with some of your super fans, people who are coming to you or your brand over and over and over again. So that's one step. Identify those people. Who are the people who always show up for your lives? Who are the people who always come to your concerts or buy tickets to your shows first? Or who are the people who are inboxing you, 2 or 3 times a week with good questions, about what you actually offer? So those are your people. That's your tribe. Like, love them, get to know them. And then you want to ask all of those people the same set of questions. As much as you can, keep the questions similar. And you're going to ask them, especially in regards to Web3, one, you want to ask them, if you're thinking about getting into Web3, you want to ask them, hey, awesome person who's been supporting my brand and engaging with me, thank you. Step one. I would recommend that you gift them with something to thank them. Not step two, because they've been loving on you with their time and energy, which is currency. And then I would say ask them these kinds of questions. Like, one, do they know what Web3 is? Do they know what an NFT is? Do they even know what it is? And then you want to be trying to record the answers almost verbatim. Because if you ask them and all 3 of them go, are you going to ask me about blockchain? That's a message. That's but if you also, on the flip side of that, if you ask all 3 of them and they go, you know what? I've been thinking that I should get a Bitcoin, but I don't know where to start. If you ask 20 people that question and 6 of them say something like, I've been thinking that I should buy a part of a Bitcoin, but I don't know where to start. And you hear that, that's a theme. That's a trend within your bit of little market. And so now you know that you could do something that says, you know what? I'm getting ready to film my next music video, and we actually paid for part of this video with Bitcoin. Join me on a live and I'll tell you guys a bit of the story on how this video was funded by Bitcoin and how you can win with it too. Now it's relevant to what you actually do, and you're answering a question that about a good 20% of your market actually has, and you're actually helping them in their own life. So my first step would be to understand your market, get clear, identify your super fans, love on your super fans, and then you need to understand where your super fans are in regards to Web3 and their interest level in it, and if they are interested, what they're trying to solve, and then you need to find a real genuine intersection with your brand and activate on it in a way that loves on them and that serves them.
Yes, I think she dropped some really good gems and some really good examples of how to kind of dip your toe into the water and see if your audience is really interested in Web3. Because just because it is a hot topic and people are talking about it, and it seems like everyone's talking about it, it doesn't necessarily mean that your target audience is talking about it or interested or is willing to do the work to learn about it, right? So that, I think, is definitely the first place to start. Okay, so say you have already committed to launching your NFT project, and you want to, now you're like, okay, I'm putting together the marketing strategy, right? I'm putting together a marketing plan for my NFT project. Okay, how am I going to promote this NFT project? I want to kind of skip a little bit and get into the meat and potatoes of the conversation, which is where are the people? Where do NFT or Web3 native people live? I'm so sorry. I mean, that's where you need to be thinking when you are promoting your project, right? And so I'm going to throw that one to Mr. Rosser. So can you tell me some places that you feel like some stops on the, I'm gonna call it the tour bus, that the marketing campaigns that someone who is launching a NFT project needs to make? So sorry, you are muted. Give me 1 second. I am.
All right. So for me personally, I started locally, right? So I'm all about community driven. We know what Web3 is all about. Your community. People always say it starts on the internet, but I don't really believe that, man. I think it starts with people next door to you. Like personally, I work with my neighbors and move from there. You go to your local churches, talk to the schools in your neighborhood. From there, go above that. All right, go talk to your local city council members. From there, try and join some social clubs and like really grow it from there. Show up your local city pop-up events. You know what I mean? $25 to have a table out there just to be like, hey, I push Web3 in my community. Just come by and see what's up. Stuff like that. That's where I start out generally. Online, that's just Twitter Spaces, Discord, YouTube videos. That stuff's, I'm not gonna lie, that stuff's kind of easy, man. I think the hard part is that actual real life, like letting people know we're really here. I think people are lacking on that part.
Yeah, I agree with you because people are very like scam scared, right? And so like they want to know that like there's a real team behind this project, that you really care about your clients or customers, and that like you're really serious about your work and about your project, right? And so they want to be able to like communicate with you not just online but in person, and find a place where they can connect with you. So I mean, it really depends on your strategy and what you're releasing, but I think that is a really important thing, because we don't just live in the digital world yet, although there are a lot of people like to fantasize about it. We are still really
Yeah.
real human beings doing things in real life, our IRL. So we that component does still need to be a part of your plan. And so he mentioned some things, like he mentioned Discord and Twitter, ask me Twitter Spaces, ask me anything, Clubhouse, even NFT conferences, right? So there's NFT NYC, NFT LA, like doing some kind of activation around those events would make a lot of sense for someone with an NFT project, right? Especially if you're going to do something like where you are first debuting your project, or some kind of big to do, like that is a great place, because so many people that are already interested are going to be at these particular events. I'm trying to think of maybe another place that I have not mentioned. I have not mentioned. Um, Let me throw it to Sharice P. How do people figure out, right? And just something really, you don't have to go into deep details, but how do they figure out where the people that they want to communicate with are?
Right. So I think one really cool tool that almost every brand owner has available to them for free is Facebook. Like you would think like, what? But most people are not really taking full advantage of the tools on the back end of Facebook, where it shows you once you get to a certain threshold of followers and engaged users, you can look on the back end and Facebook will actually show you the people who follow your page. It will show you the other pages that they are following the most. And so that's a really great no cost way to understand, at least in that particular media platform, where you're overlapping with other brands. And sometimes it's really surprising. Like there'll be an artist I'm working with. I remember an R&B artist I worked with. that has a ton of followers, over 1 million followers, and fans that have already liked their page. And at the time, one of the like number 2 or 3 pages that their fans were also following was Black News. And you would have thought, that it was going to just spit to us other R&B artists, but people don't live in a one-dimensional world or a two-dimensional world. They live a whole life. So sometimes the brand that you need to be looking at and collaborating with and advertising on is some brand that you weren't even personally thinking about. But you go in the back of that Facebook app and look at the top 2 to the top 1 to 5 pages that your fans are also following. You can see real easy there might be a smaller brand, a brand that's even smaller than yours, that they are over following, where you could do an advertisement with them or partnership with them, as long as it's a genuine brand that you actually like. Don't do anything that's not true or genuine to your brand. So that's one way to check. Another one would be there's a lot of tools that we love over in the music marketing space. I'm trying to think of one that's like pretty easy. When you look at your own like YouTube videos, right? And if you go to incognito mode on your own YouTube channel and watch your page, the channels that are being suggested after your videos, chances are excellent that YouTube thinks that the people who watch your videos are also watching those channels. And then honestly, I'll tell you what an amazing marketing executive told me once. Like it was this market leader that every country, I think every established country on earth has their restaurants. But he was the vice president of marketing. We're talking, and we were just trading notes, and I said, everybody watches you all, and everybody watches the choices you're making and what you're going to do. What do you all do, or who do you watch? He said, we don't watch anybody. We roll up our sleeves and we do the work. We go out and we ask our fans, we ask our customers thousands and thousands of questions, just like you all do, which he was talking about the brand that I worked for at the time. So the best way is going to be to try to get, if you can, with I would say ideally, this is aggressive, so this is ideal. It's a high number, but ideally, if you could get with 200 of your fans and ask them what is their favorite website, what is their favorite place to get information, what is their favorite restaurant to go to, like a brand name, a chain, and then depending on what you do or what you offer, like if you are a singer, then it would be, what's their favorite way to consume music? Do they prefer to listen to it on streaming, or do they prefer to go to a live concert? Your streaming audience could be very different than your live concert audience. But so if you can't get with 200 people and ask them those questions, 200 matters. Let me just say why I said 200. In the regular marketing world, 200 is when it becomes what's called statistically relevant. What that means is that a sample size, or asking 200 people a question, now you're at a place where that is probably a real picture, like a very more accurate, it's a more accurate picture of what your entire fan base probably thinks. Less than 200, you can still do it, and it'll still give you what's called like good directional information. It'll be a good guide. It just may not be, instead of it being like 90% accurate, it may be like 60, 65, 75% accurate. But right now you got like 5% accurate, because you're just, unless you've done this work, you're just kind of going off of what you vibe or what you feel. But the entire reason the marketing exists as a multi-million-dollar industry and as a multi-million-dollar profession, and why marketers, good ones, get paid good money, is because you can't just vibe your way through this. You can't just feel your way through it. So if you can't do the 200, then I would say aim for like 50. If you can't do 50, then 25, but do at least 10. So I'm giving you a huge range there. What the amount of people you want to talk to really gets into how accurate you really want the information to be. If you want it to be just directional, you want to feel better about it, then go with the 10. If you are like, we're about to make a big investment, then you should probably be aiming at least for that 50. If it's something that you're about to make a big investment based on. But pick the number that works for you and your team. Ask 10 to 50 for bigger things. If you have a bigger team, then you can get the feedback, then do the 200, but ask them about 5 to 20 questions at a time. Don't kill your people with a really long survey, because they will get what's called they'll just start clicking. So ideally, especially if it's your first round of asking them information, you want to make it as open-ended as you can, and get their answers verbatim. And the reason you want to get it verbatim is because now you're going to be able to talk back to your audience about things the way they talk about things. So your first rounds of interviewing, or your first rounds of like gathering data on where they're hanging out and what they're into and the places they like to go and their favorite brands, you want it to be as much as you can open-ended questions, so you can see how they talk about it, and then take their answers and like take them and make them verbatim and kind of learn their language. Once you've done that like once or twice, then you'll be able to go on easier into doing like multiple choice questions, because now you've done the important work of getting their actual feedback, getting it more so verbatim. So that's what I would say. I would say start with ask. If you just want to do like tools and click through it, go to Incognito online and look at your own YouTube channel. Go to your and see what they're suggesting after your videos. Go to your Facebook, look in the back end, see what channels or accounts they're saying that your fans are also following. But if you're ready to roll up your sleeves and do some real marketing to learn the market, talk to the people who are actually in your market. Talk to your fans. Get 5 to 15 questions that you think are really important for you to learn about their life and the way they're living, where they're hanging out, their favorite things. And then, depending on your own bandwidth, ideally you would ask about 200 people that you should ask at least 10, but ask your customers or your fans those open-ended questions that you will have written down, and make a note of their feedback verbatim, and then go back through it and see what common phrases you see over and over and over again. And the common phrases that you see over and over and over again, you'll be able to feel pretty confident that, okay, my fans are really into this, or this is something they feel pretty strongly. And if you see them, so.
Got it. Thank you so much for that. I think that you should definitely reach for that 200 number. And if you don't feel like you have 200 fans yet, you could interview 200 people that you feel you would want to be your fans, right? Or some sect or some smaller number of that, right? So if you've kind of sat down and written out who your target audience is, right? Maybe there are people already in crypto that live in Miami and are people that are they're people of color, right? So then you could go to an event, Web3 event or a conference, and like sit down and see if people will take your survey, so that you can narrow down a group of people who you would like to market to, but aren't in your community just yet, and you can get some insights from that too. So I just wanted to offer that. I also meant to mention for people, there are drop calendars, like all of the different there's a lot of like different web3 resources that have like, these are the projects that are about to drop, and you can get on their calendars. They're in web3 world. Blogs like re-exist now, like people go to web3 blogs, especially on Medium, and so there's a lot of people that like write articles on Medium. So getting involved in Medium would make a lot of sense for if you're gonna drop a project. Also, what Sharice P definitely touched on, the cross promo. opportunities, right? Someone's already released an NFT project. If they have like a NFT incubator program and you maybe want to do some kind of limited edition with them and offer it to their community for free to kind of just get your lay of the land, get your feel for it. And then you can kind of lean on their customer base if you guys can work out a deal for that. And also shows like us. Like you can come to shows like us, and although we do charge to promote your Web3 projects, it would be, I think, a good use of your marketing dollars because, like people, the warriors here, like we're uh, uh crypto warriors, right? And just in case you didn't know, Sharice. And so, like the warriors, like we are really into the space. We're very knowledgeable in this space. There are people that have been watching this channel for many, many years, right? And so if you have a really dope project, and you get on a channel like ours, we're gonna let you know how we feel about it. We're gonna let you know. And if it's really dope though, we're gonna support you. Obviously, like a lot of creators on our channel are people that were warriors and just watching Zay and King Bless daily. So we do ride for each other. Okay. I am going to go ahead, right ahead. Go right ahead, Sharice.
Okay, I just wanted to, because I went so hard on the research, and I know people are not in the market. Even if you are in the market, that can be overwhelming or daunting. I just wanted to let folks know that it doesn't have to be, like a formal survey. In fact, it's probably better that it's not, especially if like she said, if you don't quite have the 200 and you're going to do it like at conferences, as you're meeting people. One, let them see how excited you are about your project and your brand that you're about to start. And they come up to you and they're like, oh, so what are you doing? Or what are you into? It's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm about to launch this amazing new product, or this new project that's going to make things so much easier for people in the Web3 space. I'd love to get your ideas, like, can I like run some things by you? I'd love to see what you think. And then just ask them your questions. Like she said, this is your, likely aspirational customer standing in front of you, and ask them, at that point, probably keep it to like 3 to 5, but that's okay. Keep it to, and you'll do those 3 to 5 questions for a while, maybe for a few conferences, or maybe that whole conference, and try to get, as many responses as you can. Be diligent after the conversation. Go away and make a note of the phrases that you heard in their feedback, because your mind won't be nice to you later after you'll have forgotten things. But so then you've got that set of information, and then you can go on to the next 3 to 5 questions after you've got a good number there. And one other thing, a question that you should include with the folks that you're interviewing and getting feedback from is, if they had $500 tomorrow, what would they spend it on? And it's like, or what, actually, when you say what, not what would they spend it on, when it relates to what you offer or what you want to offer in the Web3 space, what would they spend it on to start or to stop or change in that arena? Because that tells you what they're ready to invest in, or what they're ready to buy, or what they really feel like they need. And if you talk to 15 or 50 of your aspirational customers and you ask all of them that question, and like 40 of them say, some semblance of the same thing that you weren't even thinking about, and none of them mention solving the problem that you're about to devote a lot of your life to creating something for, then that's a sign to like, maybe whoa, you've got some further concept testing to do before you go invest your life and money into launching that, because it might be something that they don't need. It doesn't mean that it isn't something that they need, but you need to pause and investigate it. So
Yeah.
I would just recommend including that.
No, I think that's great. A lot of people jump into projects because it's trendy, because it's exciting, and or because it's their own creative idea. but you actually have to do market testing or research before you go and spend thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars or try to fundraise behind your idea, because it could be a great idea, but there may be other things in the market that people would just rather use, right? Or they don't want to make the behavioral adjustment, whatever the case might be. There's something that might be similar, or maybe no one really wants it. I don't know, but you have to do the research. So that's really, really important. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up the this particular section of the show. Mr. Rosser, I just want to find out, since you are a popular Web3 guy out in New Orleans with the NFT gallery, and everybody wants to hit you up for advice. What are your last words? What would you share with someone who wants to build buzz around their NFT project?
No, man, I honestly felt like all the best things were stated. Actually, I learned a lot, honestly. A few things I want to add to my repertoire. Like, so the surveys, recently I did my first event. That was last month on the 29th. I did go ahead and think about doing the surveys and having, like I said, 3 to 5 questions and have that last question open-ended. I didn't think about asking, though, like, if they had a certain amount of money, how they would spend it towards, like, what I was providing. So that actually was something I might want to add, or I will be adding to my survey for sure. So, and also just the fact that you double down on surveys, people thought I was wasting my time. And I was like, no, guys, I'm pretty sure surveys are required after like every event, especially in Web3. Like, I was supposed to know what we're going to do later. So, like, you really just helped me solidify that. And actually, if you complete the survey, of course, we're going to give you a free NFT. So, like, why won't you do the survey?
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, throwing it back on over to Sharice? What do you want to leave folks with? And just your last thoughts before we jump into the news and end for the evening.
Yeah, absolutely. I would just really, I'm passionate about anything I'm talking about marketing, for people to know that they should look at that as an action word. Marketing, like it's an ing on the end of that mug. And so it's something that you're actively doing and redoing and redoing. Like I said, the biggest brands in the world, to Marcus's point, like the survey, the feedback, the understanding your market, is necessary. It's super necessary. Just like you are different than you were 3 years ago. Your customer, your fan, in 2 months, 4 months, a year, they're going to have different things on their mind. They are going to continue to grow and evolve. And even if you're getting new people into the pipeline all the time, those new people that you get, they're going to be living under a different political regime than your first round of customers. They're going to be living in all kinds of different things. Crypto and Web3 will be in a different space than it's in now. So I just want to encourage people to approach marketing as an action word, and to continually be getting feedback from your fans and your customers so that you can serve them and overserve them in the areas that they actually need at that time. And if you have other questions for us or me, you can check us out over on musicleaders.com. And we're here. Thank you so much for having me, Crypto Bay and Marcus. It's been great hanging out with you all on your Critically Crypto show tonight. This is super cool. So thanks so much.
I'm so happy we were able to have you, and that you were able to make it. And you are a wealth of knowledge, and I appreciate you every single time that you speak. And I love you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. Have a good evening.
You too.
Bye.
All right. Okay. Now, y'all. All right. We are thank you. Thank you. Y'all, she dropped a lot of gems for us.
She really
She
did that.
dropped a lot of gems. Like, marketing is an action word, okay? It's a verb. You have to do it. I didn't mention ads, advertising as a part of marketing, marketing on crypto websites, obviously, and platforms like buying advertisement. There is going to be, if you can, depending, how the laws are. So it's kind of like funky with projects, I believe, still. But if you're able to, I've seen a few ads on Instagram for different NFT projects. I don't know where that is, but you can get creative, and you don't have to just be on Instagram. There's LinkedIn, there's YouTube, there's TikTok. So there's so many different places. But again, like there's Web3 marketing or NFT marketing isn't that much different than marketing any other thing. You just have to, like Sharice was talking about, really understand your target audience, or figure out who you want to be your audience, right? And target them and talk to them and make sure that you're marketing and creating a project that they would really like and enjoy. And then understand that like people change, and your product might have to change, or how you market your project is going to have to change as time goes along. So with that said, I want to shout out I am Stack Master, and I want to shout out Tob M, or TOBM. The question is, I'm sending it to Mr. Rosser. Will NFT survive this crypto winter? And for that question, I'm gonna need you to hit like, all right, on the video, because like this is just like, will Bitcoin survive the Bitcoin winter?
Yeah.
Will Ethereum survive the Ethereum, the crypto winter? Will DAO survive?
No.
Mr. Rosser, will NFT survive?
No, NFTs, yeah, they'll be here to stay. I don't consider it a winter either. But yeah, NFTs, how many though? How many? Come on, man, come on. There's a new project made like every second, so that's a hard question to ask. But if you've been following us for a long period of time, we've dropped a number of alphas where I feel as if people were paying attention, they could jump on a couple of projects that are going to be holding throughout this winter. And just put out a few that people would have missed it: Splinterlands, Fuzzle, Cultivate, Floor App. Just off the top of my head, Phantom Galaxies, Thane Arena, and that's all I'm going to say right now. But if you're talking with people who've been following us, we've been dropping out. Stoics, we dropped that one on whitelist before they dropped to hit 0.3 ETH. So I mean, just we've been dropping out alpha. So if you've been following us, I think the true fans know which ones who are going to be there after the winter.
Yep, I believe it. Now I think that projects come and go, y'all. Projects come and go, and some people are able to keep with it and keep their community happy, and some people aren't. Some things just hit you with left field, tech issues and things that we've already talked about. And so but like just a few weeks ago, maybe it was more than a few weeks ago, maybe it was like a month and some change ago, everybody was talking smack about Azuki, right? And they were like, oh, Azuki went rogue, da, da, da. And now Azuki is giving out golden skateboards.
I mean, once you get venture capital funding, it's pretty cool to do. It's pretty easy to do big things.
So I thought we were canceling Azuki, y'all, and it has risen from the ashes with giving people literally gold. I don't know if it's gold plated, but let's get into that story.
Oh, yeah,
let's get into it. Get into it. Let's get into it. Get into it. All right, let me reply. All right, let me figure it out for you.
I'm trying to share it, but I actually don't think it's sharing the right one. Yeah. Oh no, it's not.
I see another. Yep, there we go.
There we go. And I need to do
there we go. Yay! Hit us with the Zoom. Okay, why don't you tell us a little bit about this one to start
All
off?
right. So what happened? Azuki partnered with I'm gonna say this wrong, man. Shuri, I don't
True
know.
lads.
Peru Labs. So
Uh-huh.
AMT backed skateboards for $2.5 million. I don't know what's going on. Skateboards, guys. I don't get it. But hey, Azuki's, they got a whole IP brand. So there's a total of 145 bids, and the winning bids are between 260 and $400,000. And you can see right here proof of people with their public keys and how much ETH they
Proof of
spent.
skate. You see the play
Yeah.
on words there with the marketing, the copy.
Oh yeah, that's. I mean, I like it. I mean, they're digging into it. It's working. The market's clearly worked over 200 ETH. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
let's see what's the interesting thing about these skateboards. They're called physical back tokens, which can lead to physical item and digital token. Okay. So I gotta say, this is definitely becoming a trend. I think a lot of projects in the future is going to be one-to-one physical NFT to a physical product. I know right now the easiest platform to jump on and do that right now for a limited fee is Shopify. So
Mm.
I can see this becoming. I mean, it is. It's a standard. I think by 2025, if you're not selling NFT that's come with some type of physical asset to it, it just won't hold its value over time. That's all.
I mean, but what about the fact that we were just talking a lot of smack about Azuki and we didn't want to have nothing to do with them, and now we are rushing in line to buy $200,000 gold plated skateboards?
I mean, I don't know who was talking smack. I know if people were looking at our last couple episodes, we told them not to sleep on them. We even told them heads up that they were last blue chip NFT project that was waiting to get venture capital funds, and I called it on our stream before they even got it, and then I called
Yeah.
it out when they did get it. So I mean, no, we've been letting people know if they were watching it.
All right. Well, listen, they have rugged you in the past, but I guess we have forgiven them because now they have VC funding and now they have shareholders and responsibilities where they cannot rug anybody. So there you have it. Let's see what else do we have on the news lineup for today.
All right, so the next one is just pretty interesting. So I know a lot of people have been waiting for this, and there's a few other platforms out there, but right now we have the first official NFT home. When we say NFT home, so Roofstock on chain, they're actually a middleman platform. They actually sold a home for 175K. I wonder if it goes into complete detail. Let's see,
It
hold on to
literally
you.
sold for less than the Azuki gold plated
Yeah.
skateboards.
So dang, this article didn't go in. Yeah, complete detail. So these people know the 175K they used, it actually was bought in USDC off of an NFT USDC lending platform. I really wish the article kind of went in more detail on how it actually happened. But yeah, and he got it off of a monthly monthly mortgage payment basically on crypto. But he has like 5 years to pay it back. I'm actually interested in seeing what happens with this, but it did work. So since the Roofstock's counted as like a middleman, once the
Mhm.
property was cleared on the blockchain, they actually turned to an LLC. The LLC itself was part of ownership for the company. Again, Roofstock, and then from there they tokenized it. Again, there's a couple platforms do the same thing. It was interesting to see this one like got mainstream media attention because I think there's others that have done this. I mean, fractional sharing of like tenants and like rental investment properties that's been going on at Algorand for a long time now. So
You know what they have? They have a marketing team.
yeah, that's really what it is. I was about to say this isn't something new. Like I was confused. I was like, why is this trending? But I really think because they just were able to
They
really
have
jump
a
on a wave. Yeah,
publicist.
yeah.
Mhm.
They knew who to pay to get the article out there. But yeah, guys, this is cool though. I'm really looking forward to mortgages on the blockchain. I do think it's the future. And as far as Black culture and our people, we're talking about generational wealth. This is really important to make sure that we don't have anything stolen from us anymore. So this is requirement. So I like it
A requirement. Drops
very
the
much.
mic.
So.
Mr. Rosser.eth.
Yeah, definitely.
Next
Um,
news story.
All right, so the next one is Warner Bros. Becomes the first studio to release their film as an NFT. And we know, if you guys geeks out there, we're talking blockchain, Lord of the Rings, baby, let's go! Ring of Power. Anyway, it got selected. Well, I didn't even know about this. I was like, hold on, I'm about to jump in it myself, see what's up, throw some money. But so apparently they released augmented reality. Just go down to what's actually important. Who care about utility, right? So never seen back end footage. Apparently with some AR collectibles. Again, Warner Bros. Is producing in the back end. And I'm personally just really wanting to see the actual more detail, like what the back end footage is. I'm gonna go check it out later on today just to see what I can find, honestly. And appearance in 4K. I don't know how people out here got 4K TVs, but okay, that's cool. But AR, I want to see that too. I don't
They
think that's
need to
that
throw
important.
everything at it. Like, we're gonna re-release this and we gotta throw everything upgraded that we can throw in this package and see how it goes. So I think that's what they did. Obviously it's I think majority of Americans know Lord of the Rings. I might be mistaken. I haven't done my research, but it is a very popular franchise. So
Oh my God, yeah.
I think that's a huge win for NFTs, and just for the people who are saying, are NFTs still going to be around? I think so. And I think when you see large franchises like this, they're testing this out, right? And seeing how big of a hit it is. And so that they can come back with a better strategy for using a new product, or, to kind of like, plan out their their Web3
For strategy in
strategies
the
for movies
future.
in the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah, this is definitely like an experiment for sure. I mean, what Netflix did this with the last season of Love, Death, Robots, right? It was very much medium quality, 7-second clips of scenes from each episode. And so that was just their forward of testing that on for Netflix. So I think they're probably doing the same thing. If they're really going to be gift-like experiences, yeah, I couldn't be seeing something too crazy. So maybe just might wait for secondary market myself. But shouldn't be nothing wild. Definitely an experiment to see the hype. And it'd be
Yes.
interesting to see if there's any royalties attached to these gifts as well, honestly.
Hmm.
Yeah, see?
That would be
That's a long
interesting,
term.
because
Yeah,
I'm like, they would have to like maybe renegotiate, because whatever was in their contract didn't have anything Web3 related. So
facts. So these guys are not getting anything from it. You're right. So it's only Warner Bros. Getting any money out of it. Yep, exactly.
first of all, and I would, if I was a part of the cast of Lord of the Rings, I would be my lawyer, like, hello.
Exactly. Hold on. You need to
Hello,
update some terms right now. Yep.
am I getting my 1 percentage point off of this
1%. Yeah,
NFT that's
on the
been
smart
released?
contract. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Yeah,
Do we have any more articles for this evening?
yeah, I think we have a few more. So just to go more detail about what's going on with the movie scene. We
Okay.
already talked about Collectible. And then talk about price packs. So you have the common, uncommon, you get the rare traits, premium, epic edition. Again, how much to spend really comes down to it. Clearly out to everybody, no financial advice. If you're trying to flip, you always make sure you buy the highest rarity. Don't buy the lowest if you're on a budget. Wait till a secondary market. It always goes down at least half price. Again, not financial
Ooh.
advice.
But he's dropping them alpha. We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
And then besides that, let me double check. Oh yeah, this one over here. So over 1.8 billion has been paid over to NFT creators in royalties, which I think this is going to be interesting, right? Because we know in the past 2 months it's been trending from marketplaces that have been trying to overtake OpenSea, which has been overtaken by 2 different marketplaces as of today, about not doing royalties or really reducing royalties like 1%. And that's really been an uptick, even on Solana right now. So that's I want to know if this is even going to be important in the future, honestly.
We shall see. It says, let me see. I wanted to read that. Scroll up right there. The top 482 NFT collections make up 80% of all the royalties. The top 10 collections make up 27% of those royalties. So basically, you have the most popular projects bringing in the most money, which makes the most sense. So we have a top 10, which is Yuga Labs, Art Blocks, I guess OpenSea, as everybody who's ever released OpenSea
Yeah,
starter
because
kit
OpenSea people didn't know
NFT.
about making their own contracts, so OpenSea was making money off of
Yes,
every
making
single
money from
person.
their
Yes,
contracts.
who
That's
minted. Yeah,
very
it's crazy.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you have Shrew Labs, which is Azuki's Proof, which is
Like, give it the proof.
Moonbirds, Sandbox, which is the metaverse, Doodles, VFriends, NFT Worlds, which I totally slept on NFT Worlds.
Because
And then
MT World did the thing with Roblox, remember? So they end up getting banned. So their whole platform, their whole project has to go back from scratch because they can't use Minecraft anymore.
oh
Yeah,
wow.
remember
I
that?
missed
Remember
that
that? Remember
story.
that?
I missed that
Oh,
whole thing.
yeah,
Gosh,
so they dropped off
wow.
really fast. Actually, I haven't heard from them since Microsoft was like, you cannot use our platform for Web3 because they want to use it for their own Web3 stuff. Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy time. So then World of Women is at the end for a total of 489 million. 480, yeah.
Yeah, almost 500 million. Yeah, that's pretty close, man. We're pretty good.
480, yeah. So royalties have been kept on the hot seat recently, especially since some platforms have removed them. So it's interesting how to see this plays out. It
Yeah.
could be the end of NFT royalties golden era as we know it. That could be true. This might have been like, unless you're an exceptional project, like it might be really hard to make these type of numbers again, but it doesn't mean that the technology is void and that whatever your vision is for your project, your life mission, goals, etc., no longer need to do NFTs. It just means that sometimes the early bird gets the worm. The
Facts.
early
Yep.
bird gets the worm, but there was so many pitfalls in trying to release an NFT project this early. You could have also got the shitty end of the stick too, right?
Yeah.
Because you could have, because we've heard so many stories of people getting the shitty end of the stick. But they had their shit together, right? These projects, they had their team together. They had a lot of money to start with, and so there was that. Now, Mr. Rosser, do you have anything else? I'm trying to keep us, I was trying to get us out of here in less than an hour,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I
You got one
try.
more, the last one. I know it's been
Okay.
trending. People hit me up today. Even the business partner was like, "Hey, do you think we should launch on the Reddit NFT marketplace?" I'm just like, "No," but hey, people like the hype. People like the hype trains. But in July, Reddit launched NFTs. Um, I did look at it a little bit myself. I did not purchase one, not financial advice, but
No, I
I know
did
right
not
now they're
either.
trending again. But the digital avatars are used on Reddit. Reddit users can use to customize such profile pictures and stand out. They're like stats since they've launched. Let's see how stats go right now. 3 million wallets created. OpenSea time marketplace, 2.3 million wallets. Let's see, 26,000 NFTs have been launched. 40,000 were bought at an initial price of $1,000. I think that actually is kind of cool. I tell people that the fact that Reddit did make it kind of accessible, but I also think just the people that are on Reddit are just kind of just the people that were already very interested. They didn't have enough money. They were always pushed out
Mm-hmm.
because they thought you needed 300, 400, $500. So seeing
Yeah.
a digital avatar on the Reddit platform you use at least 9 hours a day for $10 to $100 isn't a hard sell. But that's my opinion. So
Yeah.
apparently, the rest are getting out for free to top 10 Reddit contributors, which just means if you're a super fan from the beginning of Reddit, you got it for free. 85% unique holder ratio, better than top 10 in projects on board 8 Yacht Club. Again, that's not, I feel like that statistic is kind of misleading because, again, the people that were on Reddit were people that were still scared to get NFTs, again, who couldn't afford it. So I feel like, of course, you have a bunch of unique holders because you onboard a bunch of new people to the space. Just saying, you made a whole 3.5 million wallets based on your platform alone. So it's like kind of just misleading on that point. The market cap, though, I give it to them again. A bunch of new users, 100 million. Let's see, top 10 collection OpenSea. I didn't see that today. This must be an old article. And Red NFTs were selling for about 7 ETH. Yeah, I do believe that. I do believe that. The funny thing was, about 6 months ago, Reddit was filed with NFT haters. It was full of NFT haters, man. It really was. And today they have NFT that's profile pictures, and they are changing, or they are chanting, and I don't know what WGMI stands for. I don't know what that stands for. I don't. Not gonna lie to you. I don't. Not even a point. But I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Reddit is full of a bunch of trolls anyway, and a bunch of people who just follow trends. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I am not gonna pay too much attention. But Reddit is a big company back in the day. People paying for that nitro. I can see them having treasury where they can maybe push a little bit of something. But right now in 2022, they're just pushing the $100 or $10 avatars, $100 avatars. I would wait a little bit. I mean, I'll give it some time. I'll give it some time. See what happens. If you got money to spend, bro, go ahead and buy the $100, man. Why not? If you're already in the Bitcoin family, might as well.
I mean, yeah, but some of them, I guess that the more rare ones are going for higher,
Ridiculous.
9,500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
you kind of may have missed the boat on that, but it's probably those are that are most rare. You can probably get something that is inexpensive, but you kind of want to be ahead of the curve when these things kind of drop, or right after it drops, like when that lull happens, like I don't know, 3 weeks after or so in the middle of the night, where you can
yeah,
catch where you
that week and a
where you can
half,
catch some
yeah.
deals.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've recently doing the rap bidding has been really useful, and like you said, rock projects, man. People have really been degening recently. Give it a week or so, it drops, man. Hype is real, momentum is real. Just gotta be patient. Patience is really key, I think, in the Web3 space when it comes to buying and selling.
I agree with you. I agree wholeheartedly with that. I am so happy that you guys joined us. I am so happy that you have already hit the like and have shared this video. I really wanted to like talk marketing today. I have some more really cool um, um, conversations coming up in the future, and here with my co-host Mr. Rosser, coming to you with all the NFT alpha, the the Discord juice, with all that Discord juice. So anyway, thank y'all for being here, and we appreciate y'all. You have any last words, Mr. Rosser?
And always, like always, really appreciate you putting me on Crypto Bay. Everybody for showing up, the love, and other than that, again, really take down those alpha calls because like they're really serious, bro. Don't miss out, guys. Like we're really here to make sure people don't get left behind, and that's really the point why we're here, pushing the actual education so people can feel like they have a place to go to have trusted information in the Web3 space. So really, just follow through. Like if you're listening, take the next step to actually like Google what we're saying and follow through. If you have any more questions, reach back out to us. We can find us with our socials. So other than that, thank you.
Thank you. Until next time, keep your ears to the crypto streets.
Peace.